devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand, call
If I should wake this tonight, no, there is nothing left to hold. Lying here beneath this dark, there is nothing left to love, and it takes its toll. And it takes its toll.
Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. I know it's been a while since I've been live. That's because I had a whole baby, a cute whole baby. And I am having a blast. Round two, right? Sleepless nights, lots of lack of sleep, lack of eating, but not that baby, right? So I am so glad that everyone is here. Brooke, Sweet Tea, thank you for stopping by. I know that this is kind of a rando case that I sprung on you guys, but I think it's very important because we need to talk about some of these older cases that do not get justice. Especially, for instance, 20 years with Rachel Nicole Good. Now, who is Rachel Nicole Good? She was a mother who had been seeing a married law enforcement officer in her hometown of Elkton, Virginia. And she became pregnant. She was around 10 weeks pregnant when she vanished on October 18th, 2003. Friends had seen her in her Dodge Neon. Now, when I saw Dodge Neon, when I heard that, when I heard it, I was like, man, take me back to 2000. When my boyfriend, or 2004, when my boyfriend picked me up in his green Dodge Neon, baby. Was I supposed to be there? No. Red flag. But hey, it was nostalgic. But in this case, it's not a good thing because that was the last time anybody saw her at 6:30 to 7. It kind of fluctuates. Some friends say they just knew that it was around dark when they last saw her leaving the Elkton Volunteer Fire Department parking lot that she had met up with her friends with. And we're going to get into how I got involved in this case, which is really, that's not the correct word, but when I became aware of it, it was probably about 10 years ago that I heard about this case, but I didn't deep dive into anything really back then. But I remember hearing the name and going, oh, wow, man, that's been a long time. Let's listen to one of her friends on TikTok. What does she have to say about it? So let me say hi to Dakota Ray. Hey, good to see you. Again, Sweet Tea, thank you for coming and stopping by. Right. Look, your girl Eve takes 2 showers a day because of the messiness of having a baby. And it is all good. I love it. I don't regret it, of course. But I do like being clean. So showers are a big part of my day. It's like one of the best things in the world besides this little baby we have. It's just awesome. Actually, my little one, I had him on the day he was due, September 25th. So he is, what, a weekend, some change? Almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks on Monday. So, yeah, he's just brand new. You know, it's the same thing. Sleep, feed, burp, poop, sleep. It's awesome. Yeah, the power of a shower, baby. Yes. I wanted to say real quick, yes, your girl has been in the drama of the YouTube streets. It's my new favorite thing. Little did I know, the reason why I invest in that time as I was off for 2 months of YouTube was because there's a lot of problems in the true crime community that we're all aware of. We all know about it, but it does need to be addressed. You know me, I'm always one to hold people accountable for their bullshit. It's just really nice to have other people do it besides me, especially with a certain creator, but a few. Carrot lives matter. Let's just say that. Wink, wink. My life path is definitely not as enchanted as others, right? Maybe they just need a purple phoenix to help rise to the occasion. Those kind of things. But yeah, I've been deep in it. I'm a huge supporter of A Balance. I'm a huge supporter of BS, Pooh, all these clip channels that have to listen to this horridness all day to let us know the truth. And that's where I've been. And that's where I appreciate the truth being put out there for some of these creators who make dimes off of the backs of missing children and families of victims. Enough is enough. And I'm so glad and thankful for them. So if you have a problem with seeing me in the streets, well, if I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't fuck with you. Okay. That's just how I am. I've always been that way. So much love to you, Sweet Tea, as well for your work too. And some others in the chat. So anyway, getting back to Rachel Nicole. I want y'all to see, I just want y'all to be aware of what's about to happen to Sir Adam Williams, the lead detective of her own missing case from 2003. Can you believe this? Rachel went missing after meeting up, going on a date with this guy who was working for the police department, and he was the lead detective and took the missing persons report from the family. I mean, whoa. It just took me by surprise that this guy has dodged not only the lawsuit that the family had placed on him for wrongful death, but he's just gotten away with every little thing he could think of. And I don't know what happened, but I found out some things. And you know me, I have no qualms about calling courts, calling the police, PR rep to tell me what's going on. You know me. I could care less about your fee-fees when it comes to not solving a case after 20 years when you have one suspect and he got up out of Dodge a month after they searched his home. Boy, bye. Why is his face not plastered everywhere? You can't even find a picture of him. That's how under the radar this guy is. Well, not for long, sir. Not for long. 20 years anniversary is coming up on October 18th, and you have got to be kidding me if you think that I ain't going to put your face out there and put your information in a sense of why we think you are a suspect and why law enforcement thinks you are too. We are not playing. This girl had 3 kids. She was pregnant, 10 weeks pregnant. That's 2 murders. Not only is it horrible that she is alleged, they declared her deceased already in 2010 legally. I believe in Virginia it's 7 years. So in other places it's 5, 6, 7, you know, but in Virginia that was the statute, 7 years. And I am appalled that the Virginia State Police have not updated the family. The judges were just lackadaisical about the lawsuit, letting him go years without responding. The guy is good, I'll tell you that, Adam Williams. You're good at hiding, but I'm good at exposing. So let's get into the friend. The friend that opened my eyes again to this case in a more in-depth sleuthing. And she does deserve justice, and her unborn child and her kids and her family. This is why it's so important that they only have one suspect. And he got out of Dodge that quick after searching his house. A detective. We can't just let this go. It's solvable. In the pain of this family. Please. Right? That's just how I feel. So here's the friend. She made a playlist on TikTok about her experience and all that. So let's just go through them real quick. Nice song. So it says, when your friend who was pregnant by a married police officer has been missing since 10/18/2003 after leaving to go on a date with him, and not only did he originally lead the investigation, but he's still living a free life. And you know me, when I saw that on TikTok, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. You know I had to do something. So then I go down the rabbit hole of the playlist.
Rachel Nicole Good is and was a real person with a real life, with real children. All of it is real. She was declared legally dead in 2010. One of the main questions I keep getting is why I'm just now saying something. I'm not just now saying something. I was 15 at the time. I did my part. I spoke to the Virginia State Police. I was in court. Everyone that knew where she was going that night and knew exactly what happened, anyone in that town can tell you exactly what happened. We all did our part, so it's just not now coming to light. Unfortunately, the worst thing that could have happened and what did happen was that officer being the lead investigator on this case in the beginning. That was where everything went wrong. I'm going to use the word allegedly a lot. Allegedly, he had given her money for an abortion because she was pregnant with his child, which she did not use. Allegedly, there were phone calls made that night about the way he looked. But again, like I said, I can't say because it didn't directly happen to me. These comments did not come to me directly, but those were just 2 of the main comments that were made. The amount of victim shaming that is happening in the comments right now is mind-blowing, which goes to tell me that you're completely fine with a woman, not only a woman, a mother, a pregnant woman, vanishing because of what she was doing. She was not the only one doing it. This police officer took advantage of the situation. He was married. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. He was the one that was stepping out on his wife. So you mean you tell me y'all are completely fine with this woman never being seen or heard from again because she was with a married man? It's mind-blowing. Also, this was never to bash police officers. This man just happened to be a police officer in my town. So I'm not too sure where some of y'all are getting that from. I have had some encounters with the most kind-hearted police officers. So I don't have anything against the police. I just have something against this man. With all that being said, we all knew where she was going that night. We were all at the fire station, one of the hangouts in Elkton. We knew where she was going that night. She left us to go on a date with him and was never heard from again. We went to her apartment the next day or the day after. I can't remember exactly. The wash was still filled with clothes starting to mildew. We did everything we could. We were supposed to do. We told the people what was happening, what happened, where she went. So it's not like this just went under the rug on our end. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. She was just let down. Her family, her children were all let down by the system. Rachel.
So when I watched that, I was just so heartbroken for her and her family when reviewing all of the things that they've said over the time. And actually the one of the daughters right here was in the comment section. And I don't know if she's made any videos of her mom. I'm not sure. I just realized that she said that she was her daughter. So I'm going to follow her and just kind of maybe reach out and see if there's anything I can do for her and her family. Give her some support. Just tell her that I'm here for her and that I'm covering her mom's case. I have my own TikTok that I have a pretty good following. I got about 25,000 followers. So hopefully I can post a video for her and get some information out there. But let me go back and go to one more video.
Rachel Nicole Good is and was a real person with a real.
A lot of people have issues, which I am mind blown on with her, this police officer not being a suspect. People are like, well, what if it could be somebody else? Well, they're really, when you listen to the case and how this Adam Williams guy, how he acts after the disappearance, he collected all the evidence. You know, he did all of it. And then he goes and quits and then runs out of it goes to another whole state. I don't think you need much more than that. Like, if you don't have anything to run from or hide from, you don't. So I don't see any reason to look for another suspect. The guy dodged the entire judicial process in Virginia on purpose and then wanted to be like, oops, am I too late to respond after years? So no, we're not doing it. Sorry, So let's listen to this last one.
Ever since she went missing 19 years ago, I have never went through this case from start to finish. I have been a part of it. I have, kept up with it, but oh my God. Just a quick recap. Rachel Nicole Good was 20 years old. She was also pregnant. She was also already a mother. She was involved with an Elkton, Virginia police officer. He wanted her to get an abortion because he ended up being married. The last time any of us saw her was October 18th, 2003, when she was leaving to go on a date with him. We all knew where she was going. The family didn't. Not everyone knew she was involved with this police officer. So once the family found out she was missing, they went and filed a missing persons report with the Elkton, Virginia police. The one who took that report was the officer she was involved with. Rachel's mother made a statement to where the police officer who took the report was really shaky, like very uneasy, wrote a few lines down, but he did offer any help that he could give them. Over the next 4 days, this police officer went in, took evidence, led the investigation. He had 4 days to come clean about his involvement with Rachel, which he did not. He would go on to put in his resignation and become the prime suspect of this case. The Commonwealth attorney even made a statement saying that he would be a fool to leave town, which he, in fact, moved out of the state. This case never stood a chance. It never stood a chance with as dirty as this was from the beginning. Over the next few years, up until 2018, this officer refused to show up to court, made every excuse in the book not to show up to court, not to take the stand. In 2010, they declared her legally dead, in which the
Thank you,
family
Mr.
finally
Eve.
could go after the police officer for wrongful death. They went after the police officer, and they went after the Elkton, Virginia State Police, which kept getting delayed because the family's attorney kept trying to get the phone records the Virginia State Police had, but they still
List it
refuse
up.
to come off of them. They still, till this day, refuse to come off of the phone records because it's part of an open investigation.
Virginia State Police, I hope that you understand that there is a limitation on FOIA. You can't just hinder FOIA forever. And we will request those records. You will relinquish them, sir, ma'am, whoever it is over there in the records department. If that means that we need to raise money to get a lawyer to sequester those records, we will do so. If you think I'm playing, I'm not. We're going to get this girl justice. It's been 20 years. So look forward to that.
He has used medical problems. He has used a car wreck. He has used hypertension. He has used needing to contact an inmate here in Virginia for information that could help his case. He has used not having an attorney after 6 years of this being ongoing as excuses not to show up to court. He was a day late in filing to dismiss this lawsuit. A day late, which meant he forfeited his right to fight his case, which also meant he did not have to take the stand. Still did not have to take the stand. And that's all the family wanted. Tell me that ain't messed up.
Now, could you imagine sitting there knowing that somebody had something to do with your daughter or your family member or your mother or whoever? Their murder, their disappearance. 20 years. And the state police that's working your daughter's case or your family member's case won't release those records. It can happen. It's fine. It would not jeopardize a jury. Why is the Virginia State Police protecting this man? It's because we all know how small and local PDs work together to save their asses. Well, good news for the public. You can't just hinder somebody's right to not know information on somebody, aka FOIA. You can't just squash those rights on people. And I know, in Virginia specifically, what they're doing. And we're going to get those released. We're going to try. So they might as well just come out with it. Okay? They're not sealed. It's not an active investigation. It's a cold case. There hasn't been a lead except for the one suspect. It's a cold case. You just can't charge the man because you have no body. But you have all the evidence in the world. And you allow this man to duck and dodge the system. And y'all are doing it on purpose. So let's go after each person that allowed this to happen over time. Let's contact the judges. Let's contact the Virginia State Police and who was involved. And let's get some justice. This is solvable. This should not go another day without Adam Williams having to take the stand and take accountability if he is in fact guilty, which it looks like he very well may be. And we're going to go step by step on how this was boofed for 20 years. But I wanted to ease this in because I'm pretty much a bulldog when it comes to things like this. You know, my grandmother, Genevieve Wood, was murdered in 1986. I'm named after her. And she never will get justice because the local PD covered for the man that killed her. And that's the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles until somebody comes in to my hometown police department and gives a damn. That case will never be solved. So I get the frustration and the pain of having a family member getting no justice. I understand it, and it really chaps my ass. So we're going to get this case going, and I hope everybody can join and be supportive and share. Make sure everybody knows about it, because I might be taking a trip to Virginia. Who knows? Maybe I can connect with some family members. Let's see what's going on. All right, everybody, thank you. This is a short live. I just wanted to kind of ease everybody into this case because it's going to get wild. And Adam Williams, you can live in Louisiana, you can live in Virginia, you can live in Florida. It don't matter. Boo boo. We're coming for you. Let's get it out there, guys. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend ahead. You know, as I say, drink your water, love yourself, hug your babies, your fur babies, your grandbabies. Let's get these babies justice. Let's be a voice for the missing, and I'll see you on the next live. Bye, guys.